And I've been through this 1,000 times where I drop it down, then I grow it back. And the reason why I'm talking still right now instead of cutting is because it's a hard thing to do. But I'm gonna go for it. What's going on? It's your brother X, and I am back to do another video for you guys. And in this video, I'm going to be talking to y'all brothers about where you should set your cheek lines. All right, so this is a video that I've been meaning to get to for a little bit now. I just wanted to go into one of the most important parts and one of the biggest hurdles you're going to have to overcome on your beard journey. And that's an ongoing struggle, a fight we all go through, and that's where to establish your cheek lines. Do you want them high? Do you want them low? Are you trying to cover up a gap so you got to drop it? Do you have to raise it? It's an ongoing battle of raising and lowering your cheek lines, and I've done it more times than I could ever count. So I decided I want my cheek line high. My cheek line is high for a while. Then I decided it doesn't look good, and if I drop it down a little bit lower, it's going to look good because I won't have any spaces and gaps, and I drop it down low. After it's low for a while, I decide I want to take it back up high again, and I grow it back out. And it's an ongoing battle of where to set your cheek lines. I'm gonna be talking to y'all brothers about that today. But before we go ahead and jump into it, do me a favor, tap the subscribe button, tap the bell so you get notified every time I drop a video. It's your brother X. Yo, I love all y'all and I appreciate you. Okay, so I'm sure most of you brothers can relate to the cheek line drama. But I am gonna go ahead at the end of this video. I'm just gonna establish my cheek line, and I'm gonna show y'all brothers where to set it. And that's pretty much what inspired this video, is because I am gonna be dropping my cheek down, my cheek line lower, and I'm gonna just show y'all brothers what I'm talking about. So a lot of y'all brothers on this beard journey, let me just not say y'all brothers. All of us brothers, you know what I mean? Me included. All of us brothers on this beard journey has either had whether it be beard envy, you see another beard and you say, wow, that's a perfect beard. I wish my beard looked like that. Or I wish my area filled in the way his did, whatever the case may be. Or you just have areas of your beard that you wish were stronger that you're working on. And I'm gonna tell y'all brothers, everybody goes through those same struggles, and I'm one of them. And I'm gonna show y'all brothers a couple things that I'm talking about. So, but I just wanna talk to y'all and show y'all something, all right? So, with your cheek lines, establishing where you want your line. So most of us want a higher beard line. I could be wrong. This is just my thoughts. So most of us would like to have a beard line that connects to the corner of our mustache, all right? And then comes in and then comes around. That way we don't have, and we have like a really nice full looking beard, okay? So those are my two problem areas. So I have one here, as you can see, and also over here. So I'm left with two options. First option is I can just leave my beard the way it is, keep lining it up. And that's just an area where my hair doesn't grow in thick, and it is what it is. It's what I've been blessed with. Love it, learn to deal with it, all right? There's two other options. The second one is grow my mustache a little bit longer, or the hairs around here, and cover that up so you don't see it as good, all right? And the next option would be just lower this line down to right about here, where the hair is the thickest, cut down the corner of my mustache a little bit, let it come in here, and then swoop up. I'll never have this gap, but that's gonna lead to me dropping my line down a lot further. Now I'm gonna give you the cons of doing that. So some of the disadvantages of doing that is the lower you drop your beard line, when your hair starts to grow back in, when your cheek line starts to grow back in, unless you keep your line sharp all the time, you're always gonna have like some stubble here, and it's not gonna look as neat as if you were to just leave it natural. The downside is a lot of us brothers don't have a nice natural looking beard line, so our beards will look unkept if we didn't create a line. And some of us brothers just like to be sharp and fresh, you know what I mean? And we like to have sharp, crisp lines. And I probably fall into all of them categories, you know what I'm saying? But no, I really do like to have a fresh line, and I am gonna show y'all brothers how I do that at the end of this video. But I just want to tell y'all brothers, number one, beard envy. Look, man, one of the worst parts about this journey is to go on this journey, and the whole time you're on this journey, you're not appreciating yourself. You're not appreciating your beard. You know what I mean? I understand you got goals and you got things that you're working towards, and that's 100% understandable. We all do. I still do myself. You know what I'm saying? And but also, while you're trying to get to your goals, I want you to enjoy every step of the process as well, because that's where a lot of the growth comes in, where it comes to relating your beard life to your real life. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm trying to say. So a lot of the lessons that you learn from growing a beard, patience, perseverance, dedication, all those things can be sometimes missed if you're just focusing on your flaws. All right. And I know a lot of y'all brothers have way too many positives. You know what I'm saying? Within yourself, you guys have way too many positives to just be focusing on the negative. I promise you, this world and this society is going to point out all your flaws to you. It's always going to throw it in your face what your flaws are. You don't have to do that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So let the haters hate. Let the naysayers naysay. You know what I mean? If that's a word. But don't be your worst critic. You know what I'm saying? Be your number one supporter, because you're the main person that should be in your corner in between rounds, motivating you to get back out there, you know what I'm saying, when the bell rings, so that you can fight for another day. Take that for what it's worth. All right, so let me go ahead and jump into this so this video don't run on too long. So what I believe I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my line down a little bit. And yes, my beard does look a lot shorter, but I showed you guys, believe me when I tell you, I cut most of my beard hairs that I cut came from here to the front. I trimmed a lot off the front. I didn't take really much anything off the bottom. I did do a health trim. I pulled everything down and I trimmed all the edges just to make sure my edges are healthy and all that. But I'm gonna jump into how I do a beard trim real quick. I just wanted to tell y'all brothers, man, your cheek line, basically where it should be is where you feel comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? There's no unwritten rule on this beard journey. What makes you feel the most comfortable, what you feel makes you look or feel the best, whatever the case may be, that's how you go ahead and set up the platform for your beard. Now, if you're early on the journey, I'm going to tell you, don't give up quick, because a lot of the developments that my beard has made along the way has come through time. You know what I mean? So time is definitely your friend when it comes to growing a beard. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and start trimming this up. And I'm gonna show y'all brothers a couple things when it comes to trimming your beard. And show you guys a couple tips. So first things first, I'm gonna establish this line over here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the line over here. And the way I do that is, you can see the top of this inner part of whatever this is called on my ear. The top of this part is where I set my line. So that way it's even on both sides. All right. So I'm just gonna take my Andes slim lines, and I'm just gonna go down to right about there. I'm gonna do that on both sides. All right, so that's about it. Now, I'm gonna do the same thing with the mustache. Let me just comb it out. So you can see a little bit better now. You see where my natural line would be here, probably. Where my beard is the thickest. Probably be right there. All right. You see how much I have to take off. That's what I plan on doing today. A lot of times I go to do these trims and I chicken out. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see what happens here. I'm gonna dry shave my line, meaning I'm gonna use the straight razor without putting anything on my face. I'm gonna recommend you use a gel. I'm gonna show you the gel I use. So I use the Bump Off Invisible Head to Toe Shave Gel. Not affiliated with the company at all. None of that. It's just what I use. And one of the main reasons I use it is because it's clear. Matter of fact, I believe I am going to use it just so I don't set a bad example for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But let me just show y'all what I'm gonna do here. So I'm just gonna take some of this, and I don't put it on both sides because it will dry. So I just put it on one side, and then I'll do the next side. I'm gonna start in the middle here and establish this part, and then I'll come down and work my way backwards. Just to show you brothers, straight razor. All right, so this is how I hold it. This finger right next to my pinky goes there, and rest of my fingers here so I can control. All right, I keep up here dry so that this is the area that I use to stretch the skin. And I did put it up a little bit too high, so it's the area I use to stretch the skin, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Now, as you can see, this is where my ideal beard line would be. If I had a choice to grow my perfect, what I would consider to be a perfect beard line, it would be here, all right? Now, you see what the problem is. The problem is that there's no hair in there, all right? So what I can either do is I can live with that, and I've seen a lot of brothers with no hair even coming down even deeper, and I do believe it looks pretty slick, you know what I'm saying? On a lot of brothers, they pull it off well. It all depends on how you trim your beard. So you can take what you consider to be flaws, and you can work with those and make those flaws be characteristics that you have that everybody else doesn't, that makes you stand out, that actually looks really good. And I'm just gonna show y'all brothers, I'm only using the tip from here up of the razor when I'm doing this part. All right, so that's my dilemma. So I could choose to drop my line down in here and then come up, which I believe will make my beard probably look a lot better. It'll look a lot fuller from my line, because your beard lines, where you establish your line, is one of the first places that people see when they're looking at you. They look at your lines, if your lines are sharp, and also your mustache area. So you can wolf out the other areas, let those areas do what you want them to do, whether you're trying to grow it out and you're looking a little bit rough in these areas, you don't want to touch that. If you keep your line and your mustache a certain way, people won't be able to tell as much, and you just won't look like you're unkept. You'll still look a lot neater, you know what I'm saying? So especially for y'all brothers trying to grow a beard at work, and you don't want to push the envelope, and you don't want any issues, you don't want somebody calling you in the office to talk to you about your beard, something we should be able to grow anyway without any repercussions from any employment. Unfortunately, that's not the society we live in right now. So keeping the other areas neat may not draw that unwanted attention to yourself, all right? But I am gonna drop the line down a little bit. And I've been through this 1,000 times where I drop it down, then I grow it back. And the reason why I'm talking still right now instead of cutting is because it's a hard thing to do, but I'm gonna go for it. All right. So it's gonna be my line for now. So as you can see, I did drop my line down quite a bit. I do keep my mustache long a little bit in the corner, so as my line comes down, I can flare my mustache out, and then I can go ahead and style my beard the way I want. So. All right, as you can see, the video's running longer than I expected already, but basically, that's it. So I did lower my line a little bit. I didn't lower it as low as I wanted. As you can see, I still have a little bit lower to go. Corner of my mustache is here. I really should go down right into there. But the way I make my decisions, I don't really make my decisions when it comes to my beard all at once, all the time. So I can live with this for a day or a couple hours. Then I'll look at myself in the mirror a couple times, come back with a fresh set of eyes. And if I want to drop it to get right to where I want to have that perfect line, I can go ahead and do that. But I'm not going to make that same decision I made a couple times and then regret it, even though I might anyway. So next time you see me, my line's probably going to be down lower. I'm just not going to do it now. I just want to tell y'all brothers, where you establish your line is very important, but most importantly, becoming comfortable and confident within yourself. Don't stress yourself about the goals you haven't hit yet. I promise you, keep doing the right things and you're gonna get there. Don't be discouraged. Keep using the right products, the right routines, the right steps. Of course, genetics plays a part in a lot of the things, and sometimes you just can't overcome genetics. So I might never grow hair in that spot, but I can figure out ways to groom my beard so that that spot is not the focus of my beard. All right, y'all brothers, I appreciate all y'all. Thank you for continuing to show all the love and all the support you do. It's your brother X, and I'll be back soon. Peace.